it's your girls, Jazz and Nick, and we are here for another episode.
Yes.
Season 1, episode 4. We are doing the real in relationships today. So hold on tight because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one. So what are you listening to this week, boo?
I've been mixing up some stuff. Okay. So I literally have put Spotify on shuffle, and it's giving me everything. Yes. I'm getting a little bit of Kirk Franklin. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of Juvenile. I'm getting a little bit of everything. As our girls say, what did she used to say? Sips to Jesus or shots.
Oh yeah, shots with Jesus.
We go from shots to Jesus. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
What about you?
I've been listening to Bryson Tiller. That is I went to his concert in 2017 and it was so like that. But yeah, I listen to him every once in a while, and that's what's been on this week.
I got you, Bryson.
Yeah.
Got you, Bryson. You reading anything?
No, I'm not reading anything this week. Gotcha. What about you?
I'm still on Money Isn't Math. So
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this paper right, girl. Trying to get this paper.
Baby.
Yes.
Okay, cool. What can we talk?
Girl, tell me what's on your mind.
Okay.
What you got? What?
All right.
Tink. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, question. I was talking with a girlfriend earlier this week. We were talking about pillow talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think about telling your partner things that your friend has told you in confidence?
Ooh.
How do you feel about that?
Ooh, about that.
Yeah. Are you telling or no?
Well, I have told.
You have
told. I have.
Okay.
I'm not even
okay.
saying a lot of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I have definitely,
you told my business.
spilled the tea. Girl, I told. I guess so.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but truthfully though, I used to tell it all. I didn't know front.
Oh wow.
But I realized that you know what?
No. Okay.
No, like in a sense of like, if there was like drama in the group or something like that, like I would share that type of information.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I've always been really good, and I pride myself for this. Honestly, mm-hmm. I've never shared anything with Pillow Talk that would make someone, whoever I'm with, look at my friends differently. Like, you know, when they come in the room, like, I know what you've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, nothing like, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have shared like the drama or, like something that's insignificant, I should say. Like nothing that's like personal, like I should be taken to the grave.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I'm a Volt. I'm a whole Volt. I'm not telling anything. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I don't want them to look at my friend differently. Yeah. Then they'll be like, oh, you still hanging around her? Are you doing it? So no, I just leave it. It's here and it's lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now that's interesting because I have like, as I've gotten older, again, my thought process has definitely changed into the point where I view my friendship and my circle more so as like my sisterhood. Yes. Than I do just, that's my friend, whatever. So yeah. I value their personal space, their peace, their their aura. I value that so much more than I did, 20 years ago. Not saying I was a shitty friend 20 years ago. I've never been a shitty friend. That's never been me. Yeah. We got 30 plus years in the game, so that tells you I'm not a shitty friend.
We good over here.
But yeah, I value it a little more, and I'm not spreading, anybody's deep dark, secrets or
what about good news? So like,
good news.
Things,
good news. Even with that, yeah. Because when you got engaged, I was
telling everybody.
I was
telling more people than I did.
I was the town crier, y'all. I was telling everybody, guess what happened? Yeah, I was.
You won't believe it.
I called my mama. I called everybody. I called my mom. I called my dad. I called my stepdad. Everybody. I was like, everybody knew.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My bad.
So you used to tell, and now you're a little bit more reserved with that. Okay. And I'm a Volt over here. So
wow. Have you always been that way? You've always been.
Yeah.
Y'all, I need to like channel my. Was I born in the wrong month? Is it the Scorpio in me?
It's the Scorpio.
I should have been Aquarius.
Nothing. All right. I got another question.
Okay.
Would you date yourself? Why or why not?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Mm-hmm. That's a loaded question. I'm gonna let you take that because I don't know.
I think I am the dopest out there. So of course I'm gonna go with yes, absolutely. I would for sure date myself.
Our show is about honesty. Our show is about integrity.
No, I think I'm dope because this is one thing. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want. If you can't give it to me, just tell me that. But I will. The communication is going to be clear. It's definitely going to be clear.
Okay.
So I think that in itself, because a lot of people don't have clear communication. Like they beat around the bush. They try to be nice. I'm not doing that. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm going to tell you like it is.
That is true.
Yeah. So I would say absolutely yes for me.
Okay. But are we even considering the fact that friend, you put the X in extra, okay?
I do. So you have to be a special guy. My fiance, special guy, he can handle it. Everybody can. I'm not for everybody. So yes, I'm very extra. Extra. Read all about it. Yeah.
Would I date myself? I would. Yes, I would. I would. I would date myself. And I would date myself going into the mindset of understanding that everyone has baggage. Everyone has, and it's not necessarily negative baggage or anything like that, but just understanding that everyone has a past. Everyone has things that they're dealing with, that they've grown up with, or just whatever. So going into it, dating myself with patience. That's what it is.
Okay. I require a lot of patience too. A lot.
She's like, all she requires is food.
Give me good food, good conversation, be honest, and we good. That's it.
And she wants some good sex.
That come with it, right? That's a part of the package.
I mean, not always.
Should be. It gotta be over here. It gotta be. Just saying. And that we'll talk about that in another show.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get all into that. But yes, that is definitely a part of the package.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll go with it. All right. So okay, since we're talking about relationships and all that comes with it, this is something that's been a sketchy topic. Not sketchy, but it's been a topic in I think everyone's lives. What role does social media play in your relationship or in any relationship?
Oh, okay. Do you mean like, am I letting my partner read my messages on social media, or am I posting them on social media, or like, what do you mean?
I think all of it. So like, because I know a lot of people, they aren't friends with their significant other on social media, which I think is weird.
That's weird.
I think it's weird.
Because why not?
And then you have people who have the combination pages where
so it's jazz and everything is together.
Yes,
personally, we should be able to have our own personal things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you make a post or whatever, and someone from your past comments, or just someone in general comments that your significant other may not agree with or whatever, do you think that can now bring static to your relationship?
Oh yeah, it definitely could. You probably shouldn't be friends with an ex.
On social media?
On social media, you probably shouldn't.
Okay. But it happens.
It does happen. It actually does happen.
I feel like she's stepping on me right now, y'all. I'm just saying. Jeez, she all in my front yard.
But I'm saying, I think that could cause a lot of issues, because that ex may be, you post that fire picture and they like, oh, hey, I do miss you. I miss you. I remember you used to do such and such.
Oh, so, now that's doing a bit much.
Yeah, well, you never know what they're going to put. So that's why I suggest.
But shouldn't it be ex or not? I think you should. Your social media circle should be those that aren't going to be disrespectful. Are that you trust to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna. They ain't gonna come sideways and be like, "Ooh, girl, that booty looking good." Like, come on now.
Right.
So I think that social media can play a huge part. I think that it can, kind of stress people out. And I think in certain situations, people may put more emphasis on social media than they should.
Yeah, true.
Because when you think about it, social media is only what you want people to see.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Your perception.
Yeah.
So you can make everything roses and peachy. You don't have to put the bad things out there, but a lot of people do. They put out, all sides, all facets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like everything should be rosy and peachy on social media, or should you put the real?
You know what? Honestly, what I've learned, this is kind of crazy. I don't think you should put any of it on there.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Okay. Hear me out, people.
Yeah.
Okay. So like posting a pic of like date night. Okay.
Yeah.
No one knows if that date night was completely shitty or if it was
y'all smiling in that
right,
picture.
or if it was the
cheesing.
best night. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, post a pic, okay, and just put date night. It don't need to be. We went here and then we argued and then he did this and then people always gotta post their food porn.
Oh, right.
Right. Exactly. So I think there's that so it's okay to let people in and
a little bit.
Yeah, just
very
I read a post, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine is in a relationship, or maybe they were. I don't know what the status of the relationship is, whatever it is. But anywho, the post was made last night, and he commented on it, and it just pulled everybody in, like you can tell. So now
tension.
Yes. Oh. So now everyone knows this of what what's happening, what's going on, whatever. Because just like your family will hold grudges, the people on social media will hold grudges too. And
you done forgave them and everything.
Yes.
And they still mad.
Exactly. Yep. And also, when you out there putting the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, they're like, look at this fool. Now, last week, he was all this, half an ain't nothing. But you know what I mean?
And now this week, y'all all love you.
Right, exactly.
Oh, goodness. Exactly. Yeah, keep people out your business.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. Keep them out your business and keep yourself to yourself.
Yeah. Social media has definitely, I think, been a huge, I don't want to say downfall, but it's definitely played a part because it's almost like you're in a relationship with two people.
Oh yeah,
it's you, your significant other, and social media. Y'all are in an entanglement.
Yeah, okay, entanglement all day. Oh my gosh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So social media, you're not saying that it's fully bad, but it ain't fully good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's like right there in between.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What you thinking?
Okay. Question.
Okay.
So how long, if you're in a relationship, say you're in a relationship, you feeling each other. How long should the woman wait for an engagement ring?
Woo! Let me take a sip because that's a loaded question. Okay, y'all, don't come for me. This is my
opinion.
Personal opinion.
The dope duo opinion.
Yes, my personal opinion. What you eat don't make me poop. So again, my personal opinion. Yep. I do not think you should wait longer than 3 years. Okay. I feel like, because of course that first year, everybody knows it's your representative. You know, everything good. Everything is good. And I just had this conversation last night at dinner. It was so funny. How? So, who wants to go through the process all over again of holding in farts and
Are you doing that? You holding at this big
Not
age?
anymore.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say at this big age.
Oh, no. But when we first started dating, yes, I could not wait for him to leave. I was like, oh my God, why is he still here?
Oh my goodness.
Like, it was painful.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's bring it back. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I personally think that in 3 years you should know. You know what I mean? Like in 3 years you've been through the ups and downs. You've had good points. You've had bad points. Yes. You have taken a season in the peaks and the valleys. Yes. And I feel like at that point you know if this is it or if it's not. You know. Yep. What about you?
I'm thinking 2 to 3 years. Okay. For sure. Because it don't, especially at our age. If we were in our 20s, I think that it would be a different discussion that we're having.
Yes.
But in our 40s, we got 1, 2, or 3 years max. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. After that, it's like, okay, what we doing? Exactly. What are we doing here? And if we ain't doing nothing, bye. Bye.
But and here's the thing, like, I'm not saying that in 3 years we need to be already down the aisle. No. But what I am saying is my left hand needs to be a little heavier. Okay. It needs to be a little heavier.
A little bit.
And we need to know where we're going. We need to know the path that we're going. Like,
needs to be a plan.
Yeah, what is our plan? What path are we doing? Where do we want to be in 5 years? Where do we want to be in 10 years? Yes. You know, that type of thing. Not saying that you should always run your relationship like a business. Yeah. But in some aspect, you should. Yeah. You know, you need to have a plan. There needs to be an agenda.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we building? Like, yes.
Now, again, don't get me wrong, y'all. Don't come from me. I promise you, this is just Nikia's opinion, okay? There are some people who are fine with being partners for
5, 10, 12
20 years, 25 years. Because some people don't want to be married.
That's true. That is true.
Some people are comfortable with the companionship, and then there are a lot of people, like I've heard it, hell, let's use Oprah and Stedman, for example.
Oh my gosh.
They've been together
like, what, 40 years or something?
Forever.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't have they're not married,
yeah.
but they have a foundation, they have something established, but not everybody's for that. Some people are just like, if he ain't marrying me, he got to go.
Now, do you think the Oprah and Stedman thing, you think that has to do with her being the billionaire and him being the common guy?
Not the common guy.
If we're being real.
Probably.
Yeah.
But if so let's think about like everyday people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Who are together for however many years and they never get married and they never, and because I think of like older people in my family, for example.
Okay.
Like I have a family member who, like, her and her husband, they separated many years ago. But it's like one of those things where, we ain't getting divorced. You can go live your life. You can go do whatever. Okay. But on paper, we're still married. Wow. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, like why
that I think is like cuckoo.
Yeah. But again, release me.
Release me. Not release the shackles.
Done. No.
I get it. But again, everybody's different. And like you said in a previous episode, what works for you works for
That's
you.
True. That is
and
true.
what I like, you may not like. So it's about whatever happens or what makes your connection, in your relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Do you think you could be with somebody for a long time and not marry them?
No. No, because I mean, there's benefits to marriage. So that's why I think that, and I'm a wife. I feel like I'm a wife. I don't feel like I'm like a long-term girlfriend or long-term fiance. Okay. Like, I'm a wife. Like, no, you're not gonna have me just hanging up on what is it, Elf on the Show? No, absolutely not.
Elf on the Show.
No. Absolutely not. So no. But everybody you're right, everybody does not feel that way. They're okay with being like common law. Yeah, and what is that, 7 years or something like that? If you're together and living together. 10 years, okay.
Something. Either way, it's a long time. Yeah. And not everyone recognizes, not every state recognizes common law. So
yeah.
But I think about, and maybe this is just an occupational hazard, but I think about like healthcare proxies and things of that nature. You know, like if you're not married and God forbid something were to happen to you, then who makes that decision? You know what I mean? So I think about stuff like that.
Some long lost relative that you don't even know.
Exactly.
Is making decisions about your life.
Exactly.
No,
So
absolutely not.
It's a little different. I feel a little different about it. But okay, so what do you say about not stepping on any toes here? Let me just put that out here, okay? What do you feel about people who, they know in 3 years, I'm about to marry this person, like this is my forever. Yeah. And then you get the ring. Yeah. And it's 5 years later and y'all still aren't married.
Well, I think they were still doing holdup? They were still doing research. There was still research being done. And
what are we researching at this point?
You're researching like their family. You're researching
all of that should have been done in the first 3 years.
Well. I'm like, I don't know. And sometimes, if you're getting your bridesmaids and groomsmen together, it takes some time.
Does it really? No.
She's pulling it right now. I don't know.
She's really pulling it through.
Yeah, pull it. No, it shouldn't take that long. Once you get the ring, it should take 1, maybe 2 and a half. Yeah, I mean, it does take time to pay for a wedding. A wedding is expensive, so 1 to 3 years, I think is fine after the engagement.
3 years? Yeah. Now you're at year 6. What?
See, but I mean, you have to get the ring by 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
And then the marriage, I mean, because you're going through therapy, you're going, couples therapy, you're blending families. So that takes some work. So you might not be ready right away. You might not be ready in 60 days.
And not like that.
It's just, no.
Like, again, I get it. I understand that, these things take time and you have to, really, I don't know. I guess I feel like all of that should have been done. All the prep work is in the first 3. It's now time to put it in the oven and let it cook.
Okay, so you're saying as soon as you get engaged, you need to be at a wedding expo the next weekend. That's what you're saying. You need to be collecting cards, and you need to be getting bakers, you need to be getting caterers, Oh, that's what you said.
At least 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
No, but in that time, like, haven't you had those conversations of like, okay, if we were to get married, like, what type of wedding would you want?
Okay,
How do you, is it something big? Do you want something intimate? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I feel like it should just be a smooth transition. But again, my last name been the same for the last 43 years, so I have no idea. I'm just talking. I don't know. So I'm asking the expert.
Yeah.
I'm asking an expert.
No, for me personally, I mean, so we've been engaged. It'll be a year and 2 weeks. So engaged for a year. We've been doing we've been talking about it, seeing exactly what we want, putting things together, putting the money together, and also therapy, couples therapy, which is important. So you need to complete that way before you get married.
I'm a huge advocate of therapy.
Yes, therapy.
Everyone knows that I'm an advocate of therapy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay.
Yeah. You funny. You are hilarious.
I'm just saying. Okay. So what you mentioned, our big ages. You know what I mean? So like, what part does family play at this stage in relationships? Like, do you, because I know, like, for example, you and your mom are BFFs.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are like super, super close.
Yeah.
And so if she were to say to you, Jasmine, John Doe is not the one for you. Like, he ain't it. Like, how do you progress with that? Like, again, we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
So does family's input really matter to you?
I would take it into consideration for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I'm not just going to completely negate it and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I would never say that, because my mom knows me since day one. That's A1 since day one right there. So yeah, I would definitely take it into consideration, and then ask her, like, okay, so what is it about John Doe that you don't like, or that you're seeing that's not a fit for you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would ask questions. I would dig deeper into that. But yeah, I would not just shun it off and say, okay, I don't care what you say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does that same rule apply when it comes to like your friends? Like, not like your homegirl at work. I mean, like your
friend.
Yes.
The ones that know you.
Yes.
Yeah, I would take that into consideration as well. Not to say that everybody's running my relationship.
Right.
But
right.
I'm going to say, okay, why do you say that? What is making you say that? And I really would have a deep conversation with them. And then say, okay, because sometimes on the outside looking in, you see way different things.
That is very true.
Because if you're in it, you all in love, and you just, feeling all the feels. Yeah. Sometimes you don't see things that are like literally in your face. So
that's very true.
So what about you? Like, does family play a part in your relationships? Or?
So I really want my significant other to enjoy my family, and like want to be around them, and so on and so forth, and vice versa. I want my family to feel that way.
Yes.
But when it comes to the decision of who I'm with, or big decisions between my partner and I, then no. I mean, like you said, I would take it into consideration. But it's not going to be my end all. I mean, everyone knows that as much as he will hate to admit it, I'm still a daddy's girl. And so, and I know if anything ever popped off and I needed my daddy's help, I'm like, Daddy, like them on Amen.
Daddy. Oh, Lord.
And I know my dad's going to be there. So for me to be like, oh, Daddy, I don't care what you say. This is my man.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing. Because he's going to be like, if something were to pop off, he'd be like, oh, where's all that energy?
Right, that's your man. Stick with it. Yeah.
Stick by your man.
Yeah, so I would definitely take family's comments into consideration.
Yeah, family and friends.
They don't make the final decision. I do that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll listen.
What's your so in a relationship, what is, even before you get to a relationship, let's talk about before it becomes real.
Official.
Like, what is your absolute non-negotiable?
Oh gosh. Somebody that doesn't know how to communicate.
Somebody
that's not a communicator. Of course, a cheater, a liar. Like, that ain't like, that's it. One and done. One and done. You're done. But communication is so important, because that's going to get you through so many things. Like, if a person doesn't know how to communicate, what do? You sitting there talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. What are your non-negotiables?
Oh, I only have one.
Oh, just one. Oh,
just one non-negotiable.
Okay.
His name's Andrew.
Oh, your baby.
My baby.
Yes. Okay.
My baby is a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, And I know, like, you know,
he must accept him.
Steve Harvey, his whole thought process, you know, and the whole thing like a man is like, oh, you know, let your kids meet your significant other up front. So if they don't get along, you can end it. Or then some people are like, no, make them wait, you know, a year before you meet your kids or whatever. Because I feel like, excuse me, I feel like at that point, you're so invested, you know what I mean? And now you have to bring, you know, your kids into it or whatever, or child or whatever. And then it makes it a little complicated. But again, either way, no matter how much I love you, no matter how I'm digmatized or whatever, because kids know, they have a sense. You know what I mean?
Like, he is not it.
And not to the point where it's just like, oh, I'm just saying that because I don't want you around my mommy, or I don't want you around my daddy.
How would you be able to tell the difference if they're just acting that way, or if they're actually saying, "Okay, mom, he is not it"?
I think you know your kids. You know your kids, so you know if it's that ain't my daddy, or that ain't my mama. Right? You know the difference. But for me, my son is a non-negotiable. It's just it's not going down. I can't do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
That's true. Because if they don't get along, what do you do? Because that's not gonna work long term. It just won't. It'll just be a whole bunch of fluff. You're doing things to work around it, but it wouldn't work.
But I was watching.
You're right about that.
Instagram, something. Anyway, I was on social media, and a guy was doing a post about how none of that matters. Like, the kids don't matter, the parents don't matter, none of that stuff matters because it's you that has to lay next to this person every night. It's you that has to pay bills with this person, and it's you that's building a future with said person or whatever. But I was like, ooh, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah, that is.
But, you know,
because you want your kids uncomfortable. Just because you want to be with this man or woman, you just no. I don't think that's appropriate.
It's a bit much. But, you know, there's a lot to go into this.
Go back in on this. On another episode. Because it's a lot to talk about.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot to touch. It's a lot to touch base on, and just really digging into it. But you know, I just glad we had this little chit chat about this is cool. Touching the surface. The real in relationships.
The surface only. We haven't gone deep yet.
We ain't gone deep sea diving. You see how this is why we have this show, because this is what we do all day, every day. Just it's the vibes for us. So love this show. Thanks for the talk, and thank you guys for joining. We love you. So let's give you our motivational moment for the week. So let's see.
All right,
let's find us a good one here.
All right, let's shuffling through. And these are the "You Got This" affirmation cards. This one says, recharge yourself more often than you charge your phone. Wow.
I like that one.
Yeah. I like that. We always making sure that phone on 100.
Right.
But are we on 100? Are we fully there? Are we, are we recharging ourselves? Massages, just doing the things for self-care. Are we doing that?
And while we're on the topic again of the real in relationships, when you are recharging yourself in whatever capacity that needs to be, your significant other needs to respect how you recharge yourself.
That's so true.
Needs to respect if it's me time, if it's going away, if it's going to your parents' house for a night or whatever. Respect your significant other's way of recharging themselves. Okay.
Amen.
All right, that's all we got for you. We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Bye. I really wanna